Welcome to Smoke and Ice. You know, Wayne, there are certain characters that people just don't forget.
You sure about that?
Listen now, there's some that create an icon that goes on forever and ever and ever. And every time you hear their name, they just make you laugh.
Well, guess what? We got one of those guests for you today.
Yes, we do.
This guest is an icon, treasure. I don't even know what to say. Go ahead.
It's okay. You know why? Because if you stay right here, you'll make sure that you see who it is. Smoke and Ice begins now.
Smoke and ice, twice as nice. I'm your vice. Smoke and ice.
Welcome to Smoke and Ice with Kelly and Wayne. This is the podcast where you're not only informed, but entertained. Sit back, relax, and remember, where there's smoke, there's fire. And you can't chill without ice. Now, here are your hosts, Kelly Allen and Wayne McCullers.
Smoke and ice, twice as nice. Smoke and ice.
We both was like, meh. As always on Smoke and Ice, we bring you great bourbon or something of the such, and great cigars. So today we have Heaven's Door, and it's typical bourbon, vanilla, spices, nice and warm finish. And so we're gonna try it because
Oats.
oats. See, look at there. But we've never had it, so we're gonna try it today. You haven't had it, have you?
Of course I have not.
Well, good. Can you pour, please?
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was about to grab the
Hey,
bottle.
listen, don't let me stop you. Just saying, do what you do.
Thank you. And see.
Alright.
All right.
For good measure.
Little dab will do you.
All right. Let's see what we're working with here. Cheers to you.
So I can actually smell the vanilla on this one. It's nice and smooth.
Yeah, this is smooth. I mean, hey, I like it. This is I can't say nothing else. This is a smooth drink. For me, you know, I normally don't drink it on the rocks anyway,
Right.
but it doesn't have that initial burn
didn't.
going down.
It
So
didn't.
yeah, this is smooth.
And I don't know whether it's because I'm learning, but I actually breathed in a little deep before sipping. And so I got a lot of my taste buds were awakened by me smelling it first.
Yeah, no,
Try
I just
it.
smell alcohol.
No, try it.
And I still smell alcohol. That's all I smell. What's the proof on this? I smell
90 proof.
oh snap.
What
I
is it?
smell 92 proof
92.
alcohol
See, I was
on
close.
this. But to be 92 proof, this is very, very, look at this right here. This is very smooth.
I like it. So, Mr. Smoke, what do we have for the cigar today?
So we have, make sure I pronounce it right, because we probably pronounced this brand like 3 different ways, but Cal,
Okay.
C-A-O, Cal.
Chow, maybe.
Okay, Cal, Chow, Mao,
I
Cal,
think we
whatever,
did a
Chow.
lesson on the pronunciation and the lack
I
of
mean,
letters
yeah,
before.
so, because
But
the
it's
guy,
okay.
the guy at the cigar joint said another name, so
Did he?
Chow. We can go with Chow.
Chow,
whatever.
cow.
Yeah, there you
How
go.
now, brown cow? No.
Meow. So basically, the wrapper is Connecticut. The binder is, I can't remember, but the feel is Ecuadorian. No, the binder is Nicaraguan. The feel is Ecuadorian, and the taste is chocolate, heavy, little mint. I think I remember seeing some cherry, but it's more of a mild to heavy smoke.
So it's a medium smoke.
Yeah.
All
Okay. Well,
right.
man, if you want to say that too, it's whatever. Mild, medium, hey. You know what I did find out, the reason why I got this is because I wanted to get another Drew Estates, but they didn't have the brand I was looking for. They were out. So our guy recommended this. At first it's stiff, I will say that.
It is. It's not as soft, but it's not bad. It's not a bad smoke. But I will tell you, kind sir, that in your absence, you did miss the Superfly, which is really, really good. I know it's not on here today, but
Who chose it?
producer chose Superfly.
Not surprised.
Superfly.
I mean, it's all right. It wouldn't be my first choice.
Gotcha.
So
It's kind of coffee forward. Do you get a taste of coffee on your palate?
So what I get is when I pull the cigar, I do get a taste of coffee.
Thank
Yes.
you. Black coffee.
You know what? We gotta start doing like everybody else. Say that again. Do I get what in my mouth? Say it again.
Do you get coffee on your palate?
No. Say the first one.
In your mouth?
Pause. Isn't that the thing? Yo, pause. Yes, I get a taste of coffee in my mouth. Pause.
Well, it's good. Not his first choice. I think it's decent. It's not heavy, so if you like it, smoke it.
And let us mention that you can get this cigar and any other cigar from my good friends at Joker Smoker.
2 locations if you're in the Raleigh area. And as always, the staff is amazing. Thank you, Ali, and your staff. Smoking Ice continues next.
Hi, I'm Kelly Allen. Join me each weekday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for Midday Energy Rush on Positive365.net. I'll bring you all your favorite music from every genre and every decade, plus comedy and positive thoughts all in one place. Go to Positive365.net and you won't be disappointed. That's Positive365.net. We're positively different.
Positively different. Positive 365.
Welcome to Smoking Ice, where smoke meets sophistication and ice meets intensity. I'm Kelly.
And I'm Wayne.
And tonight we have a guest who's been an icon for years. When you hear his name, you laugh automatically. Am I right?
Oh, hey, I'm laughing now. So this man created a legendary role, and he's been on numerous TV series, and he's made an impact mark within movies, TV, stand-up. I mean, hey, the brother is doing his thing.
Well, go on ahead and take over there. No. But there's more to the story than just in one iconic role. There's so much more, and there's so much depth. So please help us welcome to Smoking Ice, Reginald Ballard. Yay!
Yo, what's up? How y'all doing, man?
Doing good,
Amazing,
man.
amazing.
Y'all got some sandwiches over there waiting.
Ah, my G. Come on, my G. Huh?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to go take it to the 5th floor when I'm done.
This one.
it is.
This
That
right
one,
here,
yeah, that's
this
the
one
5th floor I'm
right
going to.
here. Love
Let's
it, love
go.
it. So listen, we're going to get started because we don't want to hold you up too much. But take us back to the beginning. What first pulled you towards comedy and acting?
Well, actually, I knew I wanted to be an actor ever since I was in the 4th grade, but I never told anybody about it. I had a piece of paper on my door. So in my room, we lived in a little apartment, and I had on there and said I wanted to play football, run track, and be in kung fu movies. I wanted to be in movies, right? So I used to go, every time I went out my door, I used to look at that paper. So, I ended up playing football, ran track, and football is the one that able me to become, to go to college and major in theater. And my mother didn't know, I didn't tell any of my friends what I wanted to do. Everybody thought I was going to the NFL. I excelled in football. I mean, I was a blue chip athlete. That means you have a scholarship to go to any college you want to go play for. So I had a scholarship all over the country. I could pick and choose any school. So I picked SMU, which was number 3 in the nation at the time. And when I seen Eric Dickinson run the ball, man, he was so cold with it. I said, I want to go to SMU. So I went to SMU, and we ended up getting the death penalty over there, which means it was a big scandal in '87. They got caught. It was in violation of paying the players to play. So they killed our whole football program. They have a special on ESPN called 30 for 30, Pony Excess. It tells about the whole program. And I was a part of that. And so they took our program. We had to transfer, and I needed 3 hours to transfer. So I was like, I seen the class had acting for non-majors. So I said, okay, I'm gonna take this class. And when that class, I excelled. I mean, I made A's in everything I did. I mean, I didn't make A's in class except for PE, you know, in my whole life. You know? I was one of them average students, but this class I excelled. So I took that and went to University of Missouri, majored in theater, and the rest was history. I started doing theater. Man, I discovered another camera on my computer, man. Somebody must be watching me, man.
Oh, come on now.
It's just us.
Yeah, got two green dots up here, man. But that's how, you know, and I knew I wanted to do it. And once I got to Missouri, I started taking theater classes and did a play called The Soldier's Play. And I played C.J. Memphis, and I excelled in that, and, you know, standing ovations for 7 nights, and I got acclaim, you know, applause. They loved the character, and I told my friends, true story, I said, I'm going to Hollywood and hang with Stallone. And I said, the next time you see me, I'm going to be on TV. I left, me and my wife went to Hollywood, and first move I did was with Stallone, and next time they see me, I was on TV.
Right.
That's how I went down.
All right, man. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, because I saw that you was a beast in football. I read up on that, man, and that, you know, you was a linebacker, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, interesting.
I was the best. I was the best, man. If I'd have went to the NFL, I'd have been in the Hall of Fame right now. I already know.
Right.
Nice.
So they never ever really, I never chased football after, you know, once I got to where I wanted to be, I kind of like that football. I kind of like, you know, I want to play no more. Now it's time to take that next step.
Right.
So I wasn't one of them guys, you know, when I got into my late 20s and saying, I'm going to try out, and I miss it. I never missed football.
Gotcha.
Right.
It was a ladder, stepping stone to get me to the next level.
Gotcha. So you were able to go in to school, and you got your dream of actually going to Hollywood and actually doing it. Was comedy always your lane, or did you want to, you know, was it more serious, or did it matter?
No, to be honest with you, comedy was never, you know, I had friends that wanted to be comics, you know. Remember a guy named Lester Green, Tim Sykes, you know, and dude named Eddie Fowler. They were the funny ones, you know. They wanted to be comedians, you know. But I just, you know, when I came out here and wanted to be an actor, what I did was, okay, I did the acting, but, you know, I knew that actors, when they wasn't acting, their job was a waiter, pizza delivery guy, or something like that, you know. Bartender, I didn't want to do that. I say, well, you know what, since I'm an actor, I'm going to act like a comedian. So I've been acting like a comedian for like over 25 years and became good at it, you know. So I say, you know, if I don't get discovered, I can make them laugh about 50 to 60 minutes. After that, you better come get me. So that's basically how it happened, the comedy thing, you know. So I started doing that and hosting. Anthony Brown got me started doing comedy. You know, he suggested, because he used to warm up the audience for Martin.
Right.
And he was like, hey man, why don't you go down to Houston and this host bring up the comedies for me? I think it'd be funny. I said, yeah, cool. Can I tell jokes? He said, well, if you think you can. So I went down there and I started, you know, telling jokes, and a guy saw me in the audience and he said, hey man, I know this retired colonel, he want to do military shows, you know, for military bases all over the world. I like, cool. He said, need a host. I said, I could do that. And I traveled all over the world just hosting for military bases. That's how, and it became so. Then he got me on Def Jam. I ain't actually been on Def Jam. They put me on Def Jam, put me on Comedy View. I didn't even actually do those, man. They just put me up there. So I don't think I was ready, but they did. You know, now I'm well seasoned, so you know I go on anything now. But you know, that's how that happened.
In the house. How y'all doing? New York, man, the home of the 24.95 weave. Bruh, man, y'all. What's up? Brothers in LA be tripping. Old brother gonna get mad at me 'cause I was in his bathroom. And I told him he ain't have no more toilet paper. And that's why I was still sitting there till he came back from the store.
How was Def Jam? When you went up to Def Jam, the stage, the lights, Martin, all those great comedians, man, how was that?
Man, that was more scary than running down the field, man, on the kickoff team, man. I was so nervous and so scared. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't ready. I wasn't a comic, man. I was, they just threw me out in the fire, like boom, go out there, and that's what I started doing, it, man. And it was a very frightening. I remember, man, Bob Sumner, man, he kind of took me under his wing a little bit. He was like, "Hey, man, he took me to meet Russell Simmons, and Russell was talking to Sharon Headley at the time, like he was trying to pull up on her. He was, and he say, Bob Sumner say, "Hey, man, Russ, this Red, this bro, man." Bob was like, "Hey, how you doing, man?" And I was like, no, this is crazy. Bob like, "Don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that, man."
Nice.
But yeah, that was a little spooky, man.
Yeah.
Right.
So let's talk about stepping into that iconic role, bruh, man. Did you have any idea that the character would become so iconic? Because even to today, everybody talks about you and they call you bruh, man.
No, I didn't. Eileen Knight brought me in, casting director. She brought me in, and I did it, but my way at first. And she was like, "Can you do something a little different?" And I was like, "Well, okay." So I went back to them Texas roots. I said, "Okay." So I did the little, the draw, the slow, slow everything down. Because in Texas, we like, hey, man, people regularly say if it don't get done today, it'll get done tomorrow.
Right.
In Texas, we be like, hey, man, if it don't get done today, it'll get done tomorrow. That's how we do things. So I slowed everything down. And it's supposed to be fifth flow.
Right.
But see, I graduated in 1984, so I said the fifth flow, for 84.
Right.
He was supposed to be 5. I was giving my class a shout out, And she took me over there. She said, "Okay, let's go across the street." Took me to see Martin and the rest of them. They were sitting out back, man. Kenny and them, beautiful, and all of them. Benny Richburg, them sitting back with their hats, Martin with their hats to the side looking like gangsters.
Right.
And I say, man, I finna kill them in here. I hit them, they was rolling, and I got the part right on the spot.
Wow.
Okay. So you're in.
I didn't even have to.
Okay.
I didn't even have to. They didn't even have to tell my agent. They called my agent and said, "Look, we want him right now." So I had to work that day. We started doing table reading stuff that day.
Wow.
That's the first time I ever got a job that had to work the same day.
Nice.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So you're on a set full of talent and comedians, man. Listen, how was it when? How much improvisation or whatever I'm trying to say, improvising, whatever.
Yeah.
How was that, man?
Yeah.
Like, was that on the spot automatically every shoot?
We did a lot of that, man. Martin gave you free reign to do, if you did it, and it was funny, man, he would keep it, When I went in, he wasn't even understanding why people was laughing when I was doing the fifth floor. And he's like, "Why everybody laugh? What's?" He said, "Yo, you see I'm doing the fifth floor, but you throwing up 4 fingers." But I had it like this, and Martin couldn't tell. He said, "Oh, I didn't see that." He said, "Turn it around like that." Then you could see that it's 4, And that was improvised. And walking out the window was improvised because I was walking out the door. Martin said, "Be funny, man, just turn and go out the window." Went out the window, and the walk was totally. I was straight out of like college, out of theater. So what I did, I was always taught in theater to stay in your light. Don't get outside your light. So I was thinking that I had that mentality. So when I got up in the first episode, when Martin said, "Get out of my chair," and when I got up, I was thinking two things at one time. I said, well, I'm gonna stay in the camera, which they have 5 cameras. You're gonna be in the camera no matter where you go. And I wanted my mother and my sister to see me longer. So I started walking slow. That's what I did. Because I wanted to be on camera. I know that was my last scene. I wanted to be on camera a little bit longer. So that's why I was walking, doing a slow by, and then after the take, Tashina just bust out laughing and say, "Did y'all see that walk? The way he was walking?" And that's how the walk came about.
Wow.
So there was all this made up. A lot of stuff just made up. But I was thinking, I was like, man, shoot, I want my moms and them to see, but then when I came back at the end of the show, that was improvised because Sean, John Cries, he the one that played Sean on the show, the white guy in the beginning. He the one suggested, he said, "Hey man, it'd be funny if bruh man come in at the end and hug the whole group and say, bruh man need love too." And they say, yeah, it would be. So they added that. And that's how that came about. Then Martin told me, say, "Hey man," because the audience started stomping and, on the floor and started laughing. And Martin said, "Man, we're going to probably bring you back, man." I said, "Oh, cool." So that's the whole thing in a nutshell.
So he brings you back. What was one of your favorite memorable moments on set?
Oh shoot, all of them. But if I had to pick one, it would be the night when he was having a nightmare about Tashina,
Right.
Pam. And I was in the kitchen with the pajamas on and stuff and telling them about fraud and them and all that. That was probably one of my most famous, because Martin at the time, he was going through some things. And then when I told him, I said, "Hey man," I said, "you need to get some rest. You need, because you look beat down. You need to get you some rest." And the producer say, "Wow, looked like he was telling him that for real." And little they know, I got deep into it, right there. And he say, yeah, and like seemed like we had a little connection right there. I don't know, but that probably was my, one of my best. And then the dog episode with the CD player, man, it's Dino Brown joint. That's classic right there. That's going down in the history, the history of the votes right there. Top moment TV history, that right there. And I was a part of it, so I feel very fortunate.
Okay. Now I have to ask this question for a friend of mine. Whose idea was it for the Whitty Hutton t-shirt?
That was Martin, man. Whoever wrote that episode, that was genius, man. Because when I seen it, and people selling shirts now, and I ain't getting paid for that junk. I'm gonna start selling the shirts. I'm gonna start selling and signing the shirts to get paid for that junk, man. But I don't know who came on. I don't know who wrote that episode, man. But that was hilarious. That's another one of the memorable moments right there. The Whitty Hutton. Yeah. Somebody hit me the other day talking about, man, let's go sell some Whitty Hutton shirts. No, they on my cameo. I do the cameos, shout outs and birthdays of people. And they said, tell them that maybe we go sell some Whitty Hutton shirts after you get through eating some sandwiches. That's what it was. That was a couple of days ago. I just sent that back to them.
Wow. At the time, did you realize how big the show was getting?
Well, I didn't know the character was big until I remember my Aunt Jessie came down from Texas, and she was, I think, the mother. You know how they have it was the girls' cheerleading squad came down from Houston in the band. It was a high school. They came down, and she was at a restaurant with them, and she called and said, I have some kids over here. Won't you come and meet the kids? And I walked in the door, and they just all screamed and hollered and ran up to me and was saying, "Bruh, man." I was like, wow, that's the first time that ever happened to me. And I've been doing other things before Martin, right. But that one. And I went to Houston one time before I did comedy, and I went to the comedy club in Houston just to look at some comedy, right? And they announced I was in the room, in the house. And man, the audience went crazy. I was like, wow, this this, because I did other things and I wasn't known like that. All the other stuff I've done, and then the big moment, I had a girl that she's my friend. Went to college together. She was a theater major. Her name was Jonelle Kennedy. She be on a lot of shows, not Mentalist and stuff like that. But I met her. We was at SMU together, and she got booked on an episode of The Fresh Prince, Bel Air, and she invited my wife and I to go to see the episode. And I walked into the set, into the audience. Man, the audience went crazy. They went wild, and Will Smith came out the back, and he came up, man, to me. He was giving me some props and shaking my hand. He said, "Hey, y'all, we got a special guest in the house. Want y'all to show love for blah, blah, blah." And, man, they went crazy again. And that's what I knew. This character is on another level than all other things that I've done.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, listen, you definitely made Bruh Man from the Fifth Floor iconic. But I also know that you were in a lot more TV series. And one I want to talk about is the Bernie Mac show, man. How was it working with Bernie?
People don't realize I only did 12 episodes. Somebody told me I did 24, but I don't remember doing 24 March. But I think I did 12.
Okay.
Could have been more, but I did 40 episodes of Bernie.
Right. 40
episodes, and man, that set was so laid back and so cool, and man, I mean, that job, that's the kind of job. I remember my uncle stayed with me for a couple of months, really. Because, he's trying to get his life together. He stayed with us. And he used to look at the clock because he had a valet job. He used to look at the clock, man. Dang, man, I got 8 more hours. I got to wake up and go to work. I used to do differently. I used to look at the clock and be like, dang, man, 8 more hours before I get back to the set.
Right.
I wanted to get to because that's how much fun we used to have on the set, man. I couldn't wait to get to work. I love everything about theater, acting, and I remember, when I was doing the play in college, I used to go sit in the black box, in the theater before we had rehearsal, man, an hour before, just looking at the lights and the little dust particles shining in the light,
right.
And floating around the thing. That used to get me, man. I used to love that stuff. So I love what I do, man. And so, Bernie's show was different, man. It was almost like playtime, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it wasn't 5 cameras. We didn't have an audience. So we used to do a scene and then we'd be going. I'm like, dang, man, don't want to do my scene. I want to stay around because Bernie used to tell us funny jokes and stories about what happened to him coming up in the game. And man, they were gems, man. He never got to go on stage. So, man, that was like heaven to me. I loved it over there. I love Martin too.
Right.
I mean, everybody was cool on Martin and we had a good time with them cats. But this was a different thing because we didn't have to be there every day. You go there, when you go there, it's almost like you miss not being there.
Right.
So that's what I liked about Bernie. We played golf together and, Bernie used to tell us to come up to his room, me and the other 2 dudes, because he had the good food up there. He said, man, I got smothered chicken, man. I got greens. Down I got to eat that lunch stuff down there, man. Come on up to your bar. That was Bernie. Come on up to your bar.
Wow, definitely miss.
I liked it over there. I loved it over there.
Yeah, and that was definitely awesome that you got a chance to work with him in that way. Because, like you said, many gems that he dropped every day.
Yes, so many. I tell people, man, I got my master's degree working on Martin and comedy. I got my PhD working on Bernie.
Right.
With Bernie. So I'm like well-rounded, man. I mean, far as stand-up concerned, I'm good. I can hang with some of the, the top cats out there. I believe because I've been in the game a long time and, so some of my shows sell out and, people want to come back to see more.
Right.
What's up? All these lovely looking honeys up in here. All y'all come back to a Brother Hotel. I'm on the 5th floor. I got plenty sandwich.
But when it comes to acting, comics can't touch me.
Right.
I just like seeing comics in the room, or when we used to go in and audition, I'd be like, yeah, I got this.
Right.
Because I know they didn't know what I knew about, theater, breaking scripts down, analyzing script analysis and, just emotions and all that stuff that you do, So I to this day I still don't feel comic going in the audition. They might have a lot of roles and stuff that I than me now, but when that it's coming because I have a whole nother dramatic side. I have a dramatic reel and a comedy reel.
Yeah. It's funny, I was just going to ask you about that because you said well-rounded, and from your bio, I saw, man, that you were in Rizzoli and Isles.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about
A lot of stuff,
NCIS,
man.
but yeah, I know that was
NCIS,
pretty.
Bones, yeah, Carolina in the City.
Right.
Yeah.
So many shows, man. I work with so many people. Man, I worked with Jack Hardin before in the show called A New Date. Jack Hardin was the episode. He was in Twilight Zone, the episode when he was on the planet by himself with a robot chick. I was like, man, Twilight Zone, one of my favorite shows.
Right.
Man, I worked with him. And, some of the cats that I grew up, I used to stay in the theater, man, watching movies when I was a kid. In the elementary school, I used to go to the movies by myself. I used to watch, like, Richard Roundtree, and Fred Williams, and Jim Brown, all them, blaxploitation. I'm a big blaxploitation movie fiend. Look, I tell you some of my posters. Can you see them, my posters in the house?
Yes, I'm loving it. I'm loving
Posters in
it.
the crib. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm a big blaxploitation movie fiend, and I love, those movies. And I used to stay from like 12 in the afternoon to like 9 at night, trying to run home before it get too dark, before I wouldn't get, because I'm still in elementary school. In Galveston, it wasn't dangerous. Galveston, Texas, where I grew up, and to work. I remember I was in elementary. I was watching Brian's Song. You remember Brian's Song with Billy D. Williams and James Caan. That movie make you cry, man, because Brian Piccolo had the leukemia and he ended up dying, and Billy D played his best friend, for Chicago Bears, whose really name was Gail Sayers, right?
Right.
And so watching those movies as a kid, then coming to Hollywood, I worked with them guys, man.
Right.
I did Different World with Billy D. Williams. I did Vegas with James Caan, and all my scenes were with James Caan. I was like a boxer with a brain hematoma, and he was my friend that didn't want me to fight in this casino because he didn't want me to get killed. So I'm sitting there, man, thinking, I grew up watching these cats, and now I'm working opposite of them. Man, my life been blessed, man. I work with Richard Roundtree on the show, Family Reunion, I think it was. Worked with him. I work with so many, big name actors that I can't even name now. And all those actors that I worked with coming up as a kid, man, it's surreal to me. It's like, it's a whole nother thing, man. I used to watch these kids. This is why I wanted to become an actor and to work with the actors that I watch. Man, it's like a dream come true to me, man.
Yeah, like the feeling of talking to bruh man from the 5th floor. I get it.
Yeah.
I understand it. I get it a little bit here.
and that's funny you say that, because when I was on the set working with Richard Roundtree, man, this Shaft, man, I wore my Shaft shirt to the set, man. He was like, wow, you got... I said, yeah, man, I'm a big fan, right? And it's funny because one of the writers who got me hired on the show, a friend of mine named Anthony Hill, he said he was sitting back and watching me. He said, man, I said, man, you selling people lined up to get Richard Roundtree autograph, man. I say, yeah. He said, I watching you, lined up, because I was lined up in line to get his autograph and take a picture with him. He said, but it's funny because I was watching people in line to get your autograph and your picture while you waiting on Richard Roundtree.
Right.
I'm like, wow, that's crazy, man, because I was like a big fan. I mean, I walk into my car going to the parking lot, we getting ready to leave, and he was walking behind me. Man, I'm like a nervous girl, man. I'm like, oh man, he walking behind me, man. The Shaft.
Man, the Shaft, man. The Shaft, baby.
Yeah, then I had a convertible what you call it? Convertible Chevrolet Camaro at the time. So I was letting my top down, right? Letting the top down. He said, "You peeling the back, huh?" Yeah, man. And then I took off, man. He drove behind me. I'm like, dang, man, Shaft behind me, man. So when I got ready to turn on Hollywood Boulevard, he blew at me, boom, boom, and did did that to me, man. I'm like, wow.
Nice. Listen,
that was big to me, man. I'm like, I grew up with them guys, man. They ended up working with them guys. That was a whole nother story.
Well, I heard Shaft was a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Hey, I'm just talking about Shaft.
That's all I'm saying.
You just talking about Shaft.
right.
I
So
tell this to my mama sometimes. She crack up, man. My mother crack up when I say it's a bad mother. I say, shut your mouth. I'm just talking about Red. She started laughing. She said, boy, you stupid, boy.
yeah, so we're definitely gonna have to have you back on. And definitely coming up soon because I know you got some things coming up that we'll
Right.
talk to in just
No
a few
doubt.
moments.
It's all good.
But
All good.
just really quickly, if anyone who is trying to get started, you're classically trained, you've like you said, you've acted like a comedian and mastered it. What would you tell someone out there who is trying to get a start?
Well, to me, if you're trying to get started in comedy, like I didn't start in comedy, but if you do, there's a lot of open mic nights. Don't look for the money in the beginning. Just go there and work your material out. And you might have to do it for free, but hey, you're funny enough. The more times you do it, you become better. You get better and better, and people start booking you. So always think about that. Just go to open mic. To get rid of the stage fright. But you're gonna always be nervous before you go up. That's a part of the game. I still get nervous, but But if you want to start acting, take classes. I mean, take acting classes, man. I mean, that's the best thing. They'll teach you, the skills, how to break down scripts, how to tune into the character, bring the emotions out, and how to bring laughter out of people, how to bring sorrow out of people, how to bring happiness. So just do that because sitting around thinking about it is not gonna get it done.
Right.
You have to go out and do it.
Absolutely.
If you don't go out and do it, you're not gonna be where you want to be.
Okay.
So,
Well, we know you.
but I got a little more time. I got a little more time. If you need a little more time because the rain has stopped out there.
Okay.
Oh, well, then
Good.
let's talk about your
let's
stand-up
talk about
comedy.
it.
That was-
See, I was about to say I'll just bring you back, but we can talk about it.
Yeah.
You're still
Yeah.
coming back though.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
We good.
So I don't know if people know this, but you actually wrote a movie before, right? What was it?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a couple of movies that,
Yeah.
that I have written, and me and the guy, it's my writer out of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, man, Nate Gaston, and we have we have some TV shows. I have some couple of movies. My sister died of breast cancer,
Okay.
and we have one about that story. And my story, I'm about to write my story because my story is I have a story to tell, man. I mean, I would tell my wife that I never had a drink in my life, never smoked in my life, never done drugs, but I ended up with diabetes. I had to get a kidney transplant, open heart surgery. It's like I know crackheads healthier than me, dog.
Right.
I'm telling you, man, I never did the things that I thought would get you, but overcame a lot of that stuff, and grew up. My childhood was great, man. I didn't have like one of them childhoods, people say, no dad and all that. I didn't. My father left when I was 6. But I was happy because him and my mother used to fight all the time.
Right.
So when my father left, I wasn't. But my grandmother and my mother, we stayed with my grandmother for the first, my elementary school years until me and my mother and my sister moved. But man, my grandmother, and my aunts, man, they raised me. And oh man, I mean, if I had to die and they tell me if I could go back, if I want to go to heaven or back to my childhood, I pick my childhood every time.
Hey, that's real.
Every time. I had a great childhood, man. I mean, the friends I grew up with, playing football in the streets, man, marbles, tops, and all that kind of stuff, man. I mean, it was great, man. I didn't have it then, but the things that I went throughout my life, man, I went through a lot of things, but I seen a lot of things. I've been to a lot of different countries, performing like 20 countries all over this country. I met a lot of people, worked with a lot of people, and performed in front of millions of people, from football in high school to college to on the screen, TV, film. I mean, so many things I've done, man. So I don't regret anything, man. I don't regret anything.
So even with your training, do you find that you pull from your real life experiences when you're building a character and you're building material?
Yes, I do. I pull from a lot. You know, I pull from. Sometimes I see certain styles and actors, like Robert De Niro is probably my favorite actor of all time. Him, and then I like Glenn Turman, man. When he was in people, that's an underrated actor right there. I mean, that dude, shoot, when he did JD's Revenge, man, back in the day, man, that movie right there, and I'm telling you, that performance right there today will probably get that man an Oscar hands down. You know, I mean, stuff like that. So I pull from some of those guys' techniques and their style, and I put a little myself into things, and I try to make it as real as I can. I want to make you think that character is who I really am.
Right.
I want you to come away saying, man, that's how he is. You know, people think, kids always thought I was like, bruh, man. They thought that Martin found me on the street. I was like homeless, and he gave me a job. You know, I was listening to Nari the other day tell Issa Rae that they found me. I was Martin bodyguard, and they found me, you know, bodyguard, and the real actor didn't show up, so they went down and got the bodyguard, and he came up, bro, man, history made. I'm listening to that like,
wow,
what?
Okay.
I'm like, I went to college for this, man, and he telling her she could have won me for a part or something.
Right.
Thinking now that I was just a bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? That was funny, man. I was sitting back there like this. My cousin say, she sent me that clip. I said, I'll be there. I'm a bodyguard. But that's cool because, you know, I made them believe the character is that type of person.
Right.
And so that's what I like to do, man. I like to, you know, get into the character and just leave me out.
Right.
Just try to put something that I can disconnect from reality and make you think non-reality is real.
Gotcha.
You know, acting without acting.
Right.
Like
right.
Bruce Lee said, that's my man in the back. See that? Like Bruce Lee
Oh, for
said,
sure. Huh?
fighting without fighting. Fighting without fighting.
Become like water.
So acting without acting. If I could do that, I got you. You know?
Right.
Because I can do characters. I can get into a character, man, and get into the whole soul of it and break it down so that you would think that person is a real person you looking at on screen.
Okay.
That's how I like to come across. And subtle things. When it comes to comedy, I like subtlety. I don't like overdoing things.
Right.
There's a lot of, you know, comedians out, they go over the top.
Yeah.
You can look at a lot of Tubi movies. Over the top. You know, but if you do the subtle stuff, you know, it's like when Bruh Man leave, you know, when he look
Right.
and then walk off. You know, this is subtle things. It's not overdoing the stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not, you know, it's like, you know, shoot, man, ain't nothing, just chilling.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
You know, it ain't like, oh man, nothing, man, just chilling, man.
Right.
That's like over the top, you know.
I
That's
got
the difference between, you know, good acting and bad acting. I think it's when you overact and, you know, try to get you when you fight hard for the joke. If you fight hard for the joke, you know, the joke come in subtleties. The joke come in. I did an episode of Bernie when the guy was taking a long time with the cards, and the camera pulled by me. You could subtly see that I'm frustrated and I want to strike this dude instead of like all like that, you know, just subtle thing like. And the camera picked it up brilliantly, and man, people laughed because it wasn't over the top. You couldn't see what I was doing, but if you really look into the eyes, you can see that I'm really frustrated at this guy, and that's the funny to me.
Right.
You know, I'm a big fan of the Honeymooners. You remember the Honeymooners?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Jackie Gleason.
Ralph. Yeah.
You know, when they was doing the episode, they were trying to get the nipple. They didn't have a nipple for the baby to bottle. And so they say they think him a brilliant idea. They send the rubber glove. They put the rubber glove on the bottle, and they trying to put the glove on there, tie the glove on there. Then they get the milk. Then they say, well, we ain't got no hole in there. So Ed give him the scissors, and he cut the scissors, and the milk splash on him. It was hilarious. But what today, a lot of comics, what they would do, they get a joke away. Because they're like putting the top on it, yeah. Then everybody knows what's gonna happen.
Right.
But they believed that they could make this work.
Right.
So they was seriously about doing it and putting it and really concentrating. And when it splashed, it was hilarious. So that's Bruh Man is over the top, is an over the top character. People don't act like that. But I believed that it was okay to do that. It was okay to come to somebody's house. It was okay, and I didn't overdo it like, I know it's wrong, but no, I didn't know it was wrong. I thought it was cool. And, that's the difference between acting well and acting mediocre. Because, like I say, they didn't give the joke up with the bottle. And a lot of comics today that don't have training, they'll give it up with the smirks and the laugh before the laugh even was supposed to happen.
Right.
So that's kind of my style.
And I think generally that the laugh before the action is because they're not sure whether they can actually make it work. So it's almost like they're trying
They're trying to lead you there.
They're trying to lead you into it instead of just saying, I know it's going to work. Let's just do it and let it be natural.
Yeah, just let it be natural. Let it be natural. Believe in what you do.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. Whatever character that you are doing, getting into, you have to believe it and make it believable and bring it to life. Don't just go through the motions.
Right.
I know my lines. That's what I was taught at SMU in theater. They say, Professor Bob Leonard, he said, don't ever memorize lines. He said, learn them. He says the difference between memorizing and learning. He said because when you memorize, you reading from your head, it's in your head, and you can tell somebody reading and trying to get through the lines in the you can see it when I watch movies and TV differently than I used to. I see what they doing now, but when you believe it, when you like De Niro, man, that's what I say. He's my favorite. And Meet the Fockers, when he was driving the RV, when he was leaving the house, the RV, and he decided to turn back around. He looked in the rearview mirror, and then he looked on the side. RVs don't have rearview mirrors. So I say, wow, I caught De Niro in a mistake. But that was brilliant. That was brilliant because he looked in the rearview mirror because he don't drive an RV every day. He drive a car. So naturally, you're going to look in the rearview mirror.
Right.
So I say that man, every detail is on point with him. It's like, any other, a mediocre actor would just, turn around because he know he's on screen. He know he's doing the film. He wouldn't even pay attention to look into the rearview mirror and do that. Even though he does it every day when he drive his car. It would be natural to him to do it in the movie because even when De Niro would take off, he looked back to see if the cars are coming. In regular show movies, mediocre actors, they're not gonna do that. Right. So it's the little details, the little bitty things that you do when you acting that makes it believable and makes it real.
Right.
That's why I say I have an advantage over regular comic. Right. Because the regular comic don't know these things.
Right.
So
okay.
Every comic I went up against, I always beat them.
I got
Majority of the time, when we used to go out audition. So
because it's about becoming your role, not acting your role, but becoming your role.
Right, exactly. Be that man. Yeah, be that person. Yeah, that's it. Be that killer. Yeah, you that killer. Be that killer. Don't if you that guy that's supposed to be the dumb, ugly, sloppy guy. Be that guy. Even though that you think you want to look cool in front of the girls, you think you're gonna look stupid or ugly. Hey, be that character, man. Be that. I did a audition for Stephen J. Cannell. One of the biggest auditions I've ever been on. Stephen J. did 21 Jump Street and all that. You remember at the end of the show, TV show, you
with
just
the
type
typewriter,
throw the paper up. Yeah, typewriter. I did a pilot for him in Canada. They flew me to Canada. But when I auditioned, I was supposed to be getting choked by a garrote. In prison, how they had the thing put around your neck. So the guy would choke me in audition, man. And I was like choking and choking and blowing. After I got through, man, the producers and director in there, they all started clapping. They were just clapping, man. They was like, "You all right? You okay?" And they really thought I was hurt. And when I left, when I walked out, the guy walked me out the room, he said, "Hey, man, they have never clapped for nobody before, never.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, but I made them believe that I would like, ain't nobody was behind me. I was doing it myself with the choking, and they thought that they was asking me, hey man, you okay? Are you all right? I knew I had them like that. Shoot, I got the part, man. They flew me to Canada, did the show, hung out with Robert England, Freddie Krueger. He wasn't in the pilot, but
Right.
he was just hanging in Canada, hung out with him. So man, I met a lot of people, man, in my life, man. A lot of people.
Awesome. Well, listen.
Yeah,
Speaking of
I
movies,
never told this story.
Okay.
This is a story that I never told before.
Good, and I'm glad you
we
told it
appreciate
here.
Breaking news. Break it here first.
I never, yeah, because I told a lot of the same. There's a few things that I haven't told nobody before, but yeah, that's one of them. And because since we breaking down acting, but that's nobody really asked me, really went into detail about the acting aspect of my career.
But and that's
They
because
always
it's
went to the comedy
important.
part.
It's important. You're not just
Yes.
someone who's just thrown
Yes.
out there to, because they
Right,
could.
right.
You're someone who actually your character. You take on every role
Yes.
that you get. So it's important
Yes.
to know
Yes.
that you are trained to do so.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'm not that bodyguard.
No,
No,
not the.
no.
He is not a bodyguard. Or was
So
not.
who was the guy that played the other guy? He said, Hustle Man, no, the other guy. Oh, bro, man. Oh, yeah. That was Martin. See, the real story behind that, man. He was Martin bodyguard. See, and then Martin didn't have the actor show up. Then he came upstairs, man, and did that part, man. Then the rest of it, boom, history.
Wow.
I'm sitting there, man.
Wow.
You know how somebody, people can be saying stuff about you and you know it's not true.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And you
Right.
but that somebody told him that probably, and he ran with the story. So, but it's all good, man.
You know how it travels. Stories travel like a wheelbarrow. So
Yeah, it is, man. It's all good, man. I'm glad my name was mentioned.
there you go.
So that's cool.
That part.
On his spot, he got a big spot, so that was cool.
Right. I got you. So I do have a question. Menace to Society. Man, what was
Oh,
that?
man.
Yeah, come on, talk to me. What was that set like,
Menace,
man?
man.
Listen, that is a
Menace, man.
classic of all time. The Hughes brothers, Samuel L.
Yes,
Jackson,
Yes.
Lorenz
Lorenz
Tate,
Tate,
young
yeah.
Lorenz. Listen, was Lorenz
Yep.
Tate 35 then? Because he looked like he's
Lorenz
15,
Tate,
you
man.
know.
Lorenz Tate was amazing, brilliant.
Right.
And I auditioned for that part.
For
Oh,
O-Dog?
dog. Wow.
O-Dog, yeah.
Yeah.
I ripped it up too, man. But nobody could do that better than that man. Lorenz, man, he rocked that junk.
He did.
The Hughes brothers were like, wow, man, that was good. So we gonna get you something in here.
Mhm.
They put me in that scene in the beginning, man. And it's funny because I know Tapa Carew, he was one of the creators of Martin. He saw that little bitty scene right there in that movie. He said, man, you can act, man. Because when I did the scene, I was like, when I said give him a drink, get a little
Right.
nigga a drink.
Yeah.
I said, get a little drink. And I was looking like somebody's coming,
Mhm.
making sure that's what you're doing in real life. And Tapa Carew
Yeah.
saw that. He said, man, you're an actor, man. He said, I want to represent you, but I couldn't he wanted to be my manager. But at the time, I think him and Martin was beefing. And I didn't want to get caught between the two, so I said, I can't, but he checked that out though, man. He
See,
peeped it.
that line
Yep.
wasn't acting for
Yeah,
me.
little
That was
part.
real life for me. Yo, I seen that. That was real life for me. So yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Like they
Give
say,
a
no
little nigga a
such thing as
drink.
little parts, man. It's little actor. So, yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that movie, I didn't know that movie was gonna blow up like it did. It blew up, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
it
like,
did.
wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. When I just did, I was shocked by it. I was like, whoa. And I didn't get a chance to meet Samuel and them when they came on. But I worked with Candy Alexander. Was it Candy?
Yeah.
Candy,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
I worked with her before. We did a movie called Thick as Thieves with
Mhm.
Michael
Yeah.
J. White.
I
and,
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Rebecca De Mornay. I did that movie, and the late Andre Brower. And I got shot. In the movie, and she had this beautiful dress on, man, skin tight dress, and she was the cop that shot me. So she came and stood over me, and with her legs open, and that just looked like she ain't had no underwear on. So I told her, I said, when I lay down, I said I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have my eyes closed. I ain't gonna look up. She said, thank you. So I just stood up, I laid down. I wanted to open them so bad, dog. But I respect it. I said, I'm not gonna open my eyes. I'm gonna keep my eyes shut. So I wanted her to feel comfortable enough to, walk in her spaces she wanted to walk in. And yeah, that was a good time, man. I had a good time on that movie. That was another good movie I had a good time on. Michael J was cool, man. He was just starting out, and cool cat, man.
Right.
And you've
Late
done
Ricky Harris.
Yeah, you've done a lot of roles. So what was your favorite role? If you had a favorite.
Well, my favorite has to be Bruh, man, because I mean that's the role that made me, and that's the role that I just mastered it. I mean, I used to knew my lines like the second date. It didn't take me. You go to rehearsal on Monday, I had my lines and stuff down by Tuesday. Yeah. So I used to be able to play around with my movement, stage movement, my timing, my eyes, and my whole body. I got a chance to do that, and Bernie, I just sat down most of the times and had to do a lot of acting, sitting down, and moving around with my head and stuff, But Bruh, man, got to walk and talk and do a whole lot of movement, body language, man. That's what I liked about it. I love that. I love that about that character.
Gotcha.
Well, all I got to say is they called me.
They called me.
Yo, I love the clip on, man. Yeah.
Tying the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Buying the t-shirt, man. That was it right there, bro. I love that. I love that character, man.
Oh, for
me and Carl Payne, man, we still talk, man. We still do shows together now. We do comedy together.
Right.
A lot of places, man. And, me and Carl Payne did this show called True Colors before Martin.
Okay.
And we did like 4 episodes together that show. So I used to have to pick him up every day, take him to the set and stuff. Man, he never offered me gas money one time.
Come on, Carl.
I was telling them, man, you ain't never offered me no gas money, man. Yeah, but we did that show. We did True Colors. That's what remember your boy was on there, Frankie Faison. Yeah. He was on that show, and Claude Brooks was on that show. Adam Jeffries. There was Nancy Walker was on that show, man. Nancy Walker that's another childhood legend from back in the day.
Right.
The commercials and stuff Nancy Walker used to do. And then Cleavon Little from Blazing Saddles.
Mm-hmm.
He became the father on that show after Frankie Faison left. Then he became the father. I got to work with him. I used to watch Blazing Saddles as a kid all the time. So like I say, I work with a lot of cats that I grew up idolizing, man. That's amazing.
Right.
It's amazing. Amazing career, man. If I die today, I'm cool.
You
I've
good?
seen more than yeah, man. I've seen more than the average cat 3 times.
Right.
Well, I feel like you got a lot more in you, so we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, I
You
hope
got a
so.
lot
I
more.
hope so, man. I hope so. If I don't gotta choke nobody.
No,
Well,
don't do that.
Like, my nerves. I feel like choking her all the time.
So
But,
speaking of,
she's my donor, man. She gave me a kidney, man.
Oh,
So
nice.
I can't go nowhere.
nice,
Right.
Yeah, so I can't go nowhere now, man. So
Well, speaking of what
How
you
that
have coming up
goes.
next, what's going on? Since we say you're gonna be here to do some more
Well,
stuff.
right now, man, I'm still on the road. doing
Mhm.
comedy. I'm getting ready to go to. I just came from Philly this weekend. I was in Philly Friday night, sold out show, man. They had to put chairs on the stage, man. It felt like I was in Comic View all over again.
Wow.
Right.
Say people out on stage. I'm like, then I was in Utah, totally different Saturday than it was Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, black people everywhere, wall to wall. Saturday, one table of black people and everybody else white.
Right.
I tell a joke. I told a joke, man, and they getting it today.
It's Utah. It's Utah.
Right.
Oh my goodness! But you're
They
also
getting it today.
yeah, but you're also a part of the in the play Background Check, right?
2 plays I have to do. I think in July, I believe, and
August?
I forgot the other date.
August
but
and
in
September.
August, I think.
August and
Yeah.
September.
August.
You need another booking
You
agent?
right.
You need another agent over here?
Are you looking at it?
No, I
You're
know.
probably right, though. I think it is.
Yeah, it is. You're doing Biloxi.
Yeah, August, September. You're right.
You're doing Biloxi, and then you're doing San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know more than me, girl.
Well, hold on for a second while I ask her a
That's
question.
right.
So, where can you find his next tour date and stop? where will he be next? Where would you find Bruhman next?
Publicist.
Well,
I'm looking for a publicist,
well,
girl.
look now.
Yeah.
I got talents.
I believe you. That's right, though. You're right about that.
Yeah.
It's in August and September.
August and
That's right.
September.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. So I mean, I'm gonna be there. I'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm looking forward to me.
I'll be
That's right. Yeah, it sure is a play. Yeah.
Well,
Jay gonna be mad. J. Cole gonna be mad at me, right? Hey man, who you think set this up? sucker?
Look, but that's why I said.
right,
That's why
right.
I said. Well, I don't want to keep up your time because I know you're so busy. But we'll have you back because we got to get you closer to background check.
Okay, yeah, no doubt. No
Yeah.
doubt. That's right. And if everybody want to contact me for their stuff, I'm BH Agency. So you can contact them. Bruhman _ Fifth Flow on Instagram, Reginald Ballard on Facebook. So and TikTok, Bruhman _ Fifth Flow. So yeah, it's all good.
Nice.
It's all good.
and when's your next show date?
I think I do. Me and Carl Payne supposed to do something on the 28th of this month. I gotta call him and find out what the venue is. I don't know because he the one set it up.
Okay, well, I'll
you
confirm
think-
with Kelly.
I'll find
She'll
out. I'll
know.
let you know.
Yeah,
I'll
she
confirm with her.
probably know. Yeah, we do that. But that's good though, man. Yeah, I told him 30 minutes because sometimes if I ain't having a good time, I tell people that I ain't really got nowhere to go. But
Listen, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
I'm glad you enjoyed this because we enjoyed you.
Definitely, most
I
definitely.
appreciate it.
Definitely.
Thank y'all very much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Will
it.
you stay right there for just?
my son's girlfriend.
Okay.
All right.
We'll stay there for just a
I
moment.
said my son's girlfriend made some food. I finna go taste this. She made some lasagna soup. I ain't never had that before, so I'm gonna go see how that tastes.
Well,
Well, hold on one second. Our
maybe a
producer
couple
needs
sandwiches
to
out
talk to you for a second.
Yeah. But before we do, we want to make sure that everyone likes, subscribes, and shares because if you don't, we cannot be here, and we love being here with you. Thank you so much for being here on Smoking Ice with us. I'm Kelly.
I'm Wayne,
And I'm Bruhman from the Fifth Flow.
my guy.
Let's spark something real.
Yes.
Smoke and ice, twice as nice. I'm your vice. Smoke and ice.
We hope you've enjoyed Smoke and Ice with Kelly and Wayne. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. Tell a friend so they too can be informed and entertained. For more information about the show, go to smokeandice.net.